I came to Rye for a day. I didn't expect it to teach me something about myself.
Some towns feel like they've been waiting for you. Like they've seen it all, but still make room for your story. While I do love to explore the city, I have made a habit of escaping London every time I get a chance. Today will be one of those days. I'm travelling to Rye, a medieval town just an hour by train from London. I cannot believe the history of this town goes back to the King Athelred II, whose reign is very specific for the conflict he had with the Danes. Oh, did I forget to tell you? I'm a geek for British history as well as the Viking times. One of the reasons I believe that people love travelling so much is because visiting new places opens not only your eyes, but also your mind. It shows you parts of yourself that you would rather not see or discover in your daily life. It sparks that curiosity of, what will this place show me? What will I experience? And it feels like you're a child again. I'm hoping the same things for me today during my trip to Rye. What can this medieval town teach me? There is something grounding about walking streets that have outlived centuries. Everything here feels deliberate, built to last. And it made me wonder, what parts of me are built to last? I was watching a talk by Caroline Myss, American author, who was talking about history and more precisely about the atomic bomb and how things have changed since that moment collectively. She's a very good historian, and she always says it is best to know the past in order to understand the present. She mentions that after 1940, things were not made to last anymore. From our relationships to each other, to even building houses, appliances, everything that surrounds us. And that pondered on me, because I thought about my attachment towards the past and the medieval times. While I do appreciate the technology and all the improvements in our lives, there is a part of me that wishes for more simpler times, more quiet ones. A lot of people say, well, would you like to go back in time and die of cholera or live in dirt? Absolutely not. But just being here in Rye, as a tourist of course, makes my soul giggle. It makes me feel like a child in a toy store. I marvel at these beauties, at this very old town that has so much life and stories. In London, everything rushes. In Rye, even the silence lingers longer. This town has seen wars, love stories, endings and new beginnings, and somehow is still standing, still beautiful. That gave me comfort and it made me reflect. I used to think starting over meant erasing the past, but here history is part of the beauty. Maybe the same is true for people. A lot of the times I find myself in an awkward position when I have to explain to people about my past. For example, if on a date, someone asks me for how long I've been here, or why I left, it could never be a simple story because it wouldn't be me. So I choose my words wisely and try to sum it up. The same goes for when people ask me about my profession. My past is not a linear story or a simple one. But maybe that's not my issue. Maybe it's the society that is so used to putting people in boxes, and even ourselves we tend to judge very quick what we do not understand. The narrow alleyways, the crooked rooftops, none of it is perfect, but it all fits. Maybe that's what I have to remind myself as well in moments of self-doubt. And as I wondered, I thought about my own story. I've moved countries, ended relationships, started over more times than I planned. There were seasons where I felt like I was crumbling from the inside. But like these old walls, weathered but standing, I kept going. Not always gracefully, not always knowing where I was headed, but with a quiet, stubborn strength I didn't know I had. This town reminds me that resilience doesn't always look loud. It's not always bold or brave. Sometimes resilience is just showing up again, putting one foot in front of the other, learning to hold the past without letting it harden you. Rye has held this shape through time, and maybe in my own way so have I. Different now, softer maybe, but still here, still becoming. Walking through Rye reminded me that resilience can be quiet and that beauty often comes from what's been weathered. I'd love to know, is there a place you've visited that helped you understand yourself a little better? Share your stories in the comments. And if you'd like to join me on more journeys like this, you can subscribe so we can wander together again. I'll see you on my next one. Bye guys.